You know, some people really truly believe there's no way to know what truth is. A lot of people really think that it's all about opinions, and that's what life is. They believe there's no way we can know where we came from. They don't believe there's a way that we can know there's a God. If anybody tells me they used to be a Christian, I automatically write it off, and I know it's not true, because that's like someone saying, you know what, I used to know I had a dad and a mom, but now, you know, I don't think that's true anymore. No, if you know your parents, that means you know them. You know them and you have a relationship with them. And nothing can ever convince you of anything different. And that's the same thing with God. When you have a relationship with God, you know you have a relationship with God, and nobody can convince you. There's no kind of information that can come out. Nothing is going to change this. That relationship is built on evidence. Faith is the evidence of things that are not seen. I have evidence of love, even though I can't see love. Nobody can come and convince me with any kind of argument that love isn't real. Nobody can convince me with any kind of argument that mathematics aren't real, even though they're not a physical thing that I can see. And that's the same thing with God. You can't convince me that God isn't real because of the evidence, not only as my faith itself being evidence, but also because of creation and everything around me. Everything around me I see screams God. And this is the same thing with morality and everything else. Now, the only way we can have a true set knowledge of anything is if we start with God. Proverbs 1:7 tells us that the fear of God is the beginning of knowledge. In order to start to have any kind of foundation of knowledge, of true knowledge that is not changing with culture and with time, is if we start with God. Whoever created us is who gives us our purpose. Everything in life has a purpose. The cells in our body and the germs and everything is working with a purpose. Why would that stop right when it gets to us? The animals in the world have a purpose. Why would we not have a purpose? The ozone has a purpose. The sun, the trees, everything on this earth has a purpose. And do you think for some reason we would be the only things that didn't have a purpose? The most complex creatures, the most intelligent creatures, the only creatures that have morality and have a conscience, all of a sudden we don't have a purpose? It wouldn't make sense. The things that were created have purpose inside of them. And that's the same thing with us. So we have to understand, in order to have knowledge of this, we have to start with our Creator, and that's God. He's left His word. God is smart enough to create us. He's definitely smart enough to communicate with us. Peek into His word and see what He has to say. Something to think about.